Okay, so if you're like me, within the last day or two, you're using YouTube like you normally would, and lo and behold, you just start thinking that you may have screwed something up with your Google Chrome or Brave settings, and these thumbnails are absolutely fucking enormous, right? So you do what I'm about to do, which is the old control plus minus. You think like, oh, maybe it's the percentage. What's going on here, right? Well, then you notice, okay, well, it's at 100%. Like, am I going crazy? I don't think it was this big when I left it. Like, what could I have done that made it this different, right? So, lo and behold, I've been looking at Twitter and whatever, and with the help of Grok, I actually figured out that YouTube decided to make these thumbnails way fucking bigger. So, like I'd already made a few months ago, YouTube is really just like a bunch of slop, especially with the home recommendations at this point. It's total fucking garbage, right? And I'm only getting half of what I was getting before. So, typically, what I would do before is I would go through 2 scrolls worth of things, right? That's probably about 20 recommendations or so. And if I found nothing, I would just go read a book. That's my rule. If YouTube's not going to give me anything, it's going to want to shadow ban all the good shit. Fuck you. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to go read a fucking book, right? Trust me, it's great. I literally just read The Fountainhead in 3 weeks. It's a 700-page book. Highly recommend it. And you can do it if YouTube starts sucking, right? It was so easy to get sucked into YouTube before. Now it's like almost impossible to find like a video that you really want to spend time watching, you know? So anyway, YouTube makes this way bigger. Now I'm going to have to get to the amount of recommendations that I would have viewed before, I would have to scroll down like, what, 4 or 5 times now? And do double the amount of work just to find a fucking video I want to watch now. YouTube's making this infinitely fucking harder for me to use it and interact with their platform and stay engaged. And if they weren't already digging their own grave big enough, this is just adding to it, right? Like, and this is like another classic example of like, okay, we have the monopoly on the market, we kind of own something, and this is not just YouTube, it could be like cars or whatever, right? Let's make this big fucking change and not tell anyone about it or make minimal advertising about it, and then we'll do it and we'll make it a really big inconvenience for anyone that actually wants to use our platform, our vehicle, whatever the fuck it is, right? We'll do this thing that was unsolicited, wasn't a problem, and rather than address the fucking problem that we used to have, we're gonna make this whole new issue and make both things a problem now. A classic example actually is unironically, this game of World of Tanks is like showing up on my home screen. World of Tanks was like notorious for this problem. Rather than fix the 3 huge problems with the game that caused a lot of people like myself to quit, they continued to fester in adding and kicking the can down the road and doing the same thing over and over and over again because it made more money, right? In the short term, at least. Do you know how many people would probably still play that game if they fixed the 3 big problems? The 3 big problems were the fucking EBR tanks that were really just armored cars, hit about as hard as a medium tank, and could do these G-force 90-degree turns within a nanosecond. Like, there is no car, nobody drives their car around like that. It was unfucking believable. So you had the EBRs, you had the premium gold spamming, and just reducing armor all around. No limit on that. And then making people grind more and more credits at tier 8 premiums. And then the other one was always artillery. And they made it just really annoying. And the problem and the solution they had back in a few years ago was rather than make the thing not hit for extreme amounts of damage and be extremely inaccurate, they made it way more accurate and now it did stun, which affected your gun, which is just like not really solving the problem. It just made it like they just made like lateral progress, you know? Got rid of the big damage, made it infinitely more annoying. So my World of Tanks rant aside, nobody asked for this fucking change. It makes it harder to engage with the platform. I mean, look at this. This is awful. And then you immediately, this is another problem. And it's just like, how the fuck am I ever going to find a video? So it wants me to watch shorts. I'm never going to watch shorts. It just fucking is complete and total brain rot. I usually, look at this. It's like throwing playlist. It's throwing all this shit. You have to click not interested every time I want to like not do it, right? So, show more. Oh, whoops. What have I done? I want to go down. Whoa, yeah, baby. I can get 4 videos. All right. And this is why I hate using my phone on YouTube. Because YouTube, you get like 2 or 3 videos at most on your phone screen. And it would just take forever to find a video. And you'd have to go through it really, really slowly, right? Whereas a computer, you could kind of blow through it 5 at a time, 5 at a time, 5 at a time, right? If you scroll down twice. And like I said, I would just go read a book at the number of 20 if I didn't find anything but the 20th video. YouTube's fucking full of shit. Can kiss my ass and die. Just like World of Tanks, they've had years to fix these problems. And here's the thing. They have no interest and no intention to fix them because if they had listened to anybody, they would have already fixed them, right? So their agenda is completely different, right? In the case of World of Tanks, they just want to make a bunch of money in the short term. They don't care about long-term player base and such, and they don't care about the balance of things. That's their problem. I don't want to put up with it. But YouTube's a lot more of like a monopoly and deals with everybody, right? I mean, everyone uses YouTube basically, right? Or at least was using YouTube. But YouTube has really done a great job of trying to make sure that other platforms try to take off, you know? So we'll just add it onto the list of things that YouTube's been doing that are just like nobody asked for it. They killed it. Google essentially killed Timeline. YouTube's adding this fucking garbage, and I mean, how long are we gonna have to last with this, right? Like this isn't unusable, but it's just like, what am I gonna have to do? I mean, and it's fucking annoying. I don't want to have to click not interested every fucking time. I don't want to watch shorts. Like it's just complete fucking brain rot most of the time, right? Like, can we just? And look at this. Like, what the fuck is this? Can we just like please find a way to get the 4th video here? It looks like it's almost perfectly aligned, but I don't know. I'm not doing this just to be like a fucking showboat person or whatever. But this is just annoying. Like, it's just, I'll refresh it one more time. And just obviously as a disclaimer, I only use this channel to upload stuff. I mean, I have 2 subscriptions here on the left. I don't really use this channel to watch anything. I use my burner account for that. So these videos aren't really reflective of my actual interests. You know how it is. You just watch 1 or 2 videos and all of a sudden you get this tsunami thrown at you of all these like hot chicks and World of Tank stuff, you know. So, and just for fun, I thought I would go through Twitter real quick, looking through this. Rows of 3. Now, if you want to be scrolling forever, it's just gonna take the same amount. They want you to spend more time on the platform. Yeah, fuck you. This is like a cheap way to get us to spend more time on the platform. I'm just gonna engage with it less. Like, fuck you guys, you know. We see that Fat Jesus said, "Why did you update the UI to make the thumbnails 8 bazillion quadrillion?" I don't even know how big that number is. Bigger than they should be on the homepage, with no way to make it smaller again without an extension. It's a legit awful user interface. Yeah, that's true. This is not okay. The huge thumbnail layout is not the way to go. Now I have to scroll twice as much content like we had with 5 small thumbnails. Did the YouTube UI layout change for anyone else? It looks fucking horrible. Not 100%. There are 2 rows of 3 videos for a total of 6 on my entire 1440p monitor. This looks fucking retarded. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I literally showed you guys the little scrolling thing I did because I thought I was going crazy, but it's not just me, right? Like, it's just awful. Why are the thumbnails on my YouTube homepage 3 times the size now? I'm on a 4K monitor, not a fucking iPad. Yeah, it feels like I'm on my phone with this shit. I've been scrolling this for a few minutes now, and it's just proof that, like, the YouTube people just live in another fucking dimension, you know? Like, we all know what they're trying to advance. They're not hiding it. It's not like it's super crazy. It's, like, part of the just standard playbook. I've told you guys about, like, this stuff through, like, books, you know? Leviathan and his enemies is just laughing at the shit like this, you know? So, you know... Well, there you have it. We know that YouTube is becoming cheeks more and more every day. It's not going to get better anytime soon. And it's just leaving a giant vacuum that allows other platforms like BitChute and Rumble, where I upload each video to have the potential to take off and eventually overtake it. Of course, YouTube is extremely dominant still, nonetheless. But they're letting that wiggle room start. And if it continues this way, Rumble or BitChute or some other alternative will probably take over in the next 5 years, 10 years, who knows? Maybe it won't and YouTube will fix its shit, but this is just frustrating for everyone, and eventually people are going to switch at some point. At least the normal ones. Even though we know that YouTube keeps power creeping and doing whatever the hell they want, and ruining the experience for many people every day, we know that the majority of people would rather just sit there and take it rather than switch over to something innovative like BitChute or Rumble, right? So, you know, that's all I got for you.